Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here, and today I am bringing you a review of The Martian by Andy Weir. Now this book, I picked it up at the end of May. It did feature in my May wrap-up / June TBR / current reads, and I'll leave the link down below for that. This book I finished, what day is it now? It's Thursday, which is the 18th? Yep. It's Thursday the 8th of June. I finished this one on Tuesday the 16th of June. And I then picked up my next read, which I'm also going to have a review of, because I've already finished it. And this took me, just over 3 weeks to read, and it was amazing. It was phenomenal. So, let's just get straight into the review. Now, if you do not know, The Martian follows a guy named Mark Watney who gets stranded on Mars, basically. He goes up there to do a mission with the rest of his crew. There's 6 crew members. Commander Lewis, Johansson, Martinez,
Vogel, Beck, and Watney. So there's Lewis, Johansson, Martinez, Vogel, Beck. Yeah, that's right.
Commander Lewis, but Johansson, who's the another. So they're both the females of the ship, and then we also have Vogel, who's German, and Beck and Martinez. Now each person has a role or 2 or 3 or 4 to play in the running of the spaceship and whilst they're on Mars. And Mark Watney is he's a botanist. Is he a botanist? Yeah, I'm sure he is. He works with plants and stuff. Yeah. So this follows their journey, and where we pick it up from the point where we find out he's actually stranded. So we pick it up where he finds out that he's actually been stranded, and he goes on to explain how Mars missions work and the necessity of aborting missions. And he was out doing a sort of like, he was doing a test with another crew member, and a storm hits, but this crew member then manages to get back to the ship, and he is stuck in this storm, trying to brace the front of it with his spacesuit on. And then Commander Lewis goes out to help, and then he gets hit by debris, and this debris takes him to another part, like it brushes him away kind of thing, and knocks him unconscious, and Commander Lewis can't actually find him. So then they abort their Mars mission. This all happened, you find out this in the first couple of pages, don't worry, it's not a spoiler. It basically sets up the book. You need to know what happened to set the book up. And Commander Lewis aborts the mission, basically, and sends the news that Mark Watney is dead. Presumed dead. She says he's presumed dead because they've had to abort for the safety of everybody else. The safety of the majority wins over the minority. So then, next thing you know, he comes round and he is on Mars on his own. And the storm has passed, and basically his EVA suit has kept him alive. So then from there we follow Mark's journey to try and survive. He's only got so many sols worth of food and nutrition left to live off. A sol is basically an Earth day plus 20 minutes, which is like a Mars day, I think it is. That's like Mars time. So a sol is like a daily record of how he gets on. And yeah, unbelievable. It was great. Just to let you know, if I do mention spoilers, I will warn you if I'm going into spoiler territory, and my screen will change colour. Probably sepia or black and white, because then you'll know when it goes back to normal that I've finished being spoilery. So yeah, this is unbelievable. Anyway, back to the point. This, I have no words. It's just astounding. Like, I didn't realise there would be as much technological talk in it as there is. If I'd have known how much technological sort of terms there would be in it, I would have put it down. I wouldn't have even thought about picking it up. I would have just left it behind. However, it should be clear to note that everything is explained to you through the book, because Mark writes his logs. That's how it's told, in the form of logs from Mark Watney's viewpoint, and then later on NASA jumps in and kind of, like, theirs is another viewpoint. So that's a dual point of view book. And in each of the logs he presumes that everybody who's reading it is reading about sort of space for the first time, in the sense of he explains everything, like on the second page he explains how Mars missions work, and he also explains how everything runs in the hab, which is like his living quarters, and how he's having to do certain things for the sake of survival, and what that means for the rest of the components of the ship and things like that. It's really, really interesting. It's fascinating to read. I mean, those bits you do kind of feel a little bit bored, but at the same time you realise it's a necessity. You realise the real need for it, because if you didn't have that real need, you'd be going, what's an MAV, what's the hab, what's Hermes, what's RS3 kind of thing. You wouldn't really know what was actually going on. This is great. I really, really loved it. Like, he's so humorous, and he's actually been picked for this mission because, like, everybody's picked for a reason, and he's been picked for his personality traits and the idea that he could pick people up when they're down, and he's great. Like, the amount of humour in this book from his logs is unbelievable. And spoiler alert, by the way, spoiler alert, when he gets into the correspondence with NASA, I thought the humour that he put forward was great. Like, you know, like, oh, thanks for saving my life, you know, thanks for helping to save my life, however, I hate you for making me do this job. Like, while he's up there, he's got all this time to kill, he may as well do some soil samples, he may as well run some tests, that kind of thing, to see like what it was supposed to do. So while he's up there with time to kill, why not just do jobs for NASA? And he's just like, you know what, I'd quite like to do nothing because I'm going to get rescued shortly, kind of thing. So yeah, back to the non-spoilers. This is great. This is you know, the way that the author has done the multiple point of views. He's left it in a very clear format, so you know when the sol logs are, and then he does a little separator to know when NASA are talking and things, and just, you know, the separate ways of setting out things like logs and things like that. It's great. Like, it made it really, really easy to read, and you knew exactly where you were with it. You didn't really pick it up and go, so who's talking now, kind of thing. You knew exactly what was going on, and that made it a very enjoyable read for me, because I felt like it wasn't as if I had to put loads and loads and loads of effort in to try and keep up with it like you do with some books. It was just a really, really enjoyable read. I'd highly, highly, highly recommend it to everyone. And there's also a film coming out in, I'm not sure when it comes out actually, it just says coming soon on the trailer, but I'll leave the link to the trailer down below. It does star Matt Damon. However, I must let you know that there is some spoilery elements in the trailer, in the sense of you sort of find out what happens, some of the stuff that Mark Watney goes through on his journey for survival. And there's also bits and pieces where, if you haven't read the book, you should probably, you know how film trailers are kind of spoilery in the sense of, like, in the Hunger Games, for Mockingjay Part 2, sorry, you've read the book, so you know what happens, and then you think, really, that's a spoiler, so why are you showing that in the trailer? That kind of thing. That kind of thing happens a little bit in this. However, if you don't mind being slightly spoiled, the link will be left down below for you. And that is pretty much it. I've tried to keep it spoilery free for you. Thanks for that. I will at some point be posting a review on my blog. I'm just being kept, like, occupied with all my assignments and things like that for college. So hopefully I will get to a review on my blog soon, and when I do, I shall probably put the link below. If not, I'll link this on my blog. Yeah, whichever I remember to do. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and his face, because there is 2 cover editions and there probably will be a movie edition. But yeah, look, you can even see the sweat dripping off his face. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, which is the whole point of this video, I forgot to tell you. It was more towards a 4.5 out of 5, but you can't do 0.5 ratings on Goodreads, so I just went for a 4. Yeah, that is it for today, and I shall see you all very soon with another video. Bye!